All right, friends, let's talk about the law of attraction versus the law of assumption. For you, this could be something that you're entirely new to. Maybe you are aware of law of attraction, but you've just started to hear about the law of assumption. Maybe you know everything about it. Maybe you know nothing about it. But I know for myself, when I first came across this term, I really didn't know what the difference was between these two concepts, between law of assumption and law of attraction. And so my intention for this video is to break this down for you and really help to give you that clarity and understanding so that you can kind of recognize, what are these two distinct means of manifestation? How do they differ? Maybe how are they similar? What practices are involved and what might work best for you? Hi friends, my name is Danielle, and on this channel we talk all things manifestation, spirituality, personal development, wellness, and so much more. So if that sounds like a good time to you, subscribe to this channel. I do share more content like this every single week. So let's break this down and let's start with the law of attraction. The easiest way to think of law of attraction is like attracts like. So everything in existence has an energy. Everything in existence is energy, really. And all of these things, you, me, everything around us vibrates at a different energetic frequency, at a different vibration. And so the idea within law of attraction is that things with similar frequencies, things that are vibrating at a similar level, are going to be attracted to each other. And so whatever level of vibration, your beliefs, your thoughts, your words, your actions, whatever vibration they are at, that is going to be an energetic match for what you are bringing into your experience, for what you are drawing more of into your life. Now, because of this idea of like attracts like, a lot of people will say, okay, so positive thoughts, positive beliefs and emotions will attract positive experiences, and negative thoughts, negative beliefs will attract negative experiences. And to a point, to a certain extent, that can be true. Where this becomes a little bit distorted, a little bit confused, is when people believe that that means we cannot have any negative beliefs or any negative experience or thought ever. And that is just so not true. So take a breath, take a deep breath, relax. If you think a negative thought every once in a while, it is not the end of the world. And I actually believe very, very strongly that it's really important that we don't demonize and shun negative thoughts or experiences. We need to allow ourselves to have the full depth of human experience and really allow for every emotion to be valid, to be accepted. And so by shunning, by trying to suppress a negative emotion, we actually create the opposite. Because what happens when we suppress a negative emotion is that we store it in our body. Like if it's not coming out, it has to be somewhere. So it's going to stay within you if you can't release it and express it. So all of this negativity that we suppress stays stored in the body. It stays stored in the cells, in the cellular structure. And oftentimes this energy that is stored within us is potentially what is attracting the negative experiences that we don't want. Whereas if we had allowed ourselves to just feel it when it came up, to release it, to express it, then it's on its way. And it has been able to be what it is. We've felt it, we've let it go, and then we can move on to the different emotion, to the different experience. And so it is not the negative emotion that is the issue. It is when we get stuck, when we spiral into those emotions. So it's just, that's a total side note, but I just really wanted to point that out because I think so many people get caught in this like toxic positivity, have to be positive all the time, and it's just not true, and it is not necessarily part of this human experience. All emotions are valid, and it's important to feel them all and allow them to be expressed. So that is not the point of the law of attraction, to be positive all the time. But it is to understand that our energy is powerful and it is attracting, and like attracts like. So the key is to become an energetic match. The key is to get into vibrational alignment with whatever it is that you want to bring into your experience, to bring into your reality. So this is why within the law of attraction, people will use techniques like affirmations, like, vision boards, scripting, meditation, visualization, to get themselves into that feeling experience of what they are looking to attract. And so, for example, if you are someone who is looking to attract money, you are looking to manifest a certain amount of money, and so maybe you spend your mornings visualizing and really imagining what your life would look like if you had this amount of money that you are looking to manifest, if you had this abundance and freedom and security and all of the emotions and energy that come with the money that you are looking to attract. And so by visualizing it, you start to get into that feeling state to become an energetic match and to attract it into your experience. And along with visualization, you may use affirmations, really affirming that you are worthy of wealth and abundance, that you are attracting wealth and abundance into your life with ease. So your thoughts begin to attract the desires to you. And with law of attraction, it is essentially this belief that it's on its way, right? You're aligning the thoughts, the beliefs, the emotions with what you desire, and you trust, you know that it is on its way to you now. All right, so whereas law of attraction is more about like attracts, like the energetic match or vibrational match to what you want, law of assumption is a little bit more geared towards your beliefs and your assumptions. So the law of assumption comes from the teachings of Neville Goddard. And Neville Goddard says that your entire experience of the world is simply a projection of your internal consciousness. According to the law of assumption, whatever it is, no matter what, whatever it is that you believe to be true, what you assume to be true, will eventually be expressed in reality. Your beliefs, your assumptions shape your reality, and especially those held in deep conviction, those that really have deep emotional involvement. So rather than simply visualizing it or desiring it, and this can be a part of the law of assumption, visualization can be deeply powerful, but rather than just doing those things, the law of assumption really focuses on living in the state of the wish fulfilled. It is already here. Like you are already experiencing, it is here for you in this moment. Whereas law of attraction is, it's on its way to me. Law of assumption is assuming that it is already here for you in this moment. Even before it has physically manifested, even before you can see it, you assume that the wish is fulfilled, it is here for you. And a piece of this that is really interesting that some people may struggle with is the law of assumption really puts aside any of your current circumstances. So Neville Goddard would say that current circumstances do not matter. And the reason that this actually is quite true is because your current experience, what is happening in your life right now, that is a past manifestation. That is an old story. What you are experiencing here now in this moment is a manifestation of thoughts, beliefs, assumptions from the past. And so from here and moving forward, it can all change. It could change in a second if you assume it to be true. And so with the law of assumption, we are really putting to the side current circumstances and stepping into this assumption that it is already here. You are happy, you are satisfied, you are grateful for all that you have in this moment right now. You are really like feeling that emotion of gratitude, of appreciation, of freedom, of joy, of ease for all of the things that you have now. Whether or not you are seeing them in your current reality, you are embodying those emotions and knowing that it is here, and that is what is going to bring it into your experience. So using the example of money so that we can kind of compare the two. With the law of assumption, when it comes to manifesting money, you assume that you already have the money that you want to bring into your reality. So let's just say it's $1 million. And maybe for you, that is stepping a little bit too much outside of your comfort zone, and you want to start by making it a little bit more achievable. So maybe it's $1,000, maybe it's $10,000, whatever that number is, you imagine yourself in that desired financial state as if it has already happened. So how would you feel if you had that $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million? And start to embody those feelings, the freedom, the security, the safety, the ease, the joy. You know, what are the things that you would be doing in that state? Would you be traveling? Would you be taking care of your family in a different way? And what are the emotions that come from those experiences? And whether or not you can start to step into those exact actions now, you want to start to step into the feeling state, step into the emotion. So if it brings you peace to know that you can take care of your family, then what other ways can you start to experience peace in this moment? You might visualize yourself checking your bank account and actually seeing that amount of money in your bank account, or holding that amount of money in your hands. You fully embody the belief that you are financially abundant, and you act accordingly. This is a big, big piece with the law of assumption, is that you act accordingly because you are this person right now. And so what would a person do who has that kind of money? How would they act? What would their relationship with money be? How would they behave? By acting as if you already have the money, you align yourself with that experience. And again, thinking of this concept of kind of ignoring the circumstances, this is a really, really hot topic when it comes to money, because I've heard it so many times, and I know that so many people will say like, well, I can't just ignore that I have debt, or I can't just ignore that I have bills to pay. And yes, absolutely, you cannot ignore those things, and you need to take care of what needs to be taken care of. However, where possible, be conscious and aware of what are your thoughts? What is your emotion around these topics? And is that something that you can change? Because I guarantee that it is. I guarantee that stressing about money, that worrying about money, and every time you check your bank account, getting upset, feeling frustration, that is not changing your situation. It is not. And if you really truly ask yourself, like from the bottom of your heart, if that is making a difference, you know that it's not. And so pay your bills, take care of what you need to take care of, check your bank account. But when you look at it, don't reaffirm the story of I'm broke, I'm poor, oh my God, I have so many bills to pay. You can witness it and be the observer and pay the bills, but continue to affirm the belief that you are wealthy, that you are abundant, that you are someone who easily attracts and brings money and abundance into your experience. And so, yes, the external circumstances are happening in this moment, but you are affirming and bringing into your reality the opposite, the belief that you are abundant, that you are wealthy. And so by affirming that, that is what is going to start to come into your experience and start to come into your reality, because you are shifting your beliefs, you are shifting your assumption, and you are attracting exactly what you are assuming into your experience. So these laws aren't really so different. Like, yes, the law of attraction is focusing a little bit more on energy and vibration, and law of assumption maybe is focusing a little bit more on beliefs and assuming, but they share a lot in common. And at the end of the day, the embodiment of the emotion is a huge, huge piece. the belief that it is here, that it is on its way, like that is going to bring so much abundance, and whatever it is that you were looking to manifest, it is going to bring it into your life. So it's not necessarily that one is better than the other. You know, it's like attracts like, or it's affirming and believing will bring it into your experience. At the end of the day, I think what's really important here is finding what works for you. You know, play around with the different practices and try it all and just see what feels best, see what resonates, because different things work for different people. And if you feel like you're forcing it, or if you feel like you are trying but it just doesn't really feel good, then maybe try a different practice, try a different technique. And different things can work with us, can work for us at different times in different stages of life. So play around with both of these techniques, with the law of attraction, with the law of assumption, maybe both of them together, and just see what feels good for you. Really just see what resonates most for you. Tap into the feeling, tap into the emotion as much as possible, and you will, I promise, you will begin to attract into your life what it is that you desire, because it is already here now. Every reality that you could possibly imagine exists and is possible for you. So I hope that this helped. And if you have any questions about law of attraction, law of assumption, manifestation, personal development, ask away, ask in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching all the way until the end of this video. It means so much to me. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. I do share more information like this every single week. Until next time, I will see you in the next video.